Hey guys, Inder this side from 24/7 Everything. Hope you all are doing great. We are again back with another video, and this time it's on Asus Zenfone Max Pro M1 related to a new custom ROM, that is Evolution X 5.1, which is based on Android 11. So let's begin with that. So on my screen you're able to view that this is an Android 11 custom ROM. So let me go back to the Android version screen. So you are able to view now that Evolution X with the version or Android version Android 11, and then Evolution X version 5.1 Eleanor, and apart to this security patch level of 5 November 2020, and aside to that kernel version 4.4.241, and aside to that build maintainer is Vivek, and this is his like build maintainer ID and so on. Then build date is of November 6 and so on. So after the initial introduction to the ROM, now let's move to its vital functionalities. So firstly we'll move to the system, and in that we will be first going to gestures, and in gesture section, firstly would be system navigation. So according to custom ROMs, the gesture navigation, which has been consistent from Android 10 and then in Android 11, then 2-button navigation, 3-button navigation. So for the videos perspective, I always use 3-button, but you can use gesture navigation if you are familiar with that or habitual of that. Aside to that, swipe to screenshot. So I've already turned it on, and using 3 finger you can take the screenshot. And after gestures in system section, the next setting is related to system update, which is photo updater. So it is working absolutely fine, because before that I was trying its 3rd November build. It was having some bug, and afterward I updated to this one, and afterward I would say clean flash using TWRP. So basically photo updater is working absolutely fine if you will be using this ROM. And aside to that, you will be seeking that will photo be seeded. Yes, it will be working absolutely fine. So after system section, now let's move to ZenPart. So it's good news for the ZenPart lovers, or I would say the users who love ZenPart settings. So everything is available from the developer side, be it audio, display, vibration, torch, and so on. I know few other ROMs provide some other things as well in terms of ZenPart. So maybe a developer might be adding few more in the futures build as well. But with that, with the available one, you can tweak your phone whatsoever according to you want and so on. So after Zen part, now let's move to the security section, which is a very vital part. So in security, PIN, pattern, password, swipe, all are working absolutely fine. There is no problem with that. Aside to that fingerprint scanner, it is also working absolutely fine. Let me show you one more time. Let me show you for the last time. But there is a bummer with the face unlock system, so it is not available. So that's why whenever I'll be giving my overall review score, I'll be deducting this part, because this is a needed part. Because sometimes you don't want to go behind your phone to look for the fingerprint scanner. It's always good to have a face unlock and so on. And again, I think this is just an initial build, or I would say just a second build to the initial one. So maybe in the next version or next to next version, for sure, developer would be adding face unlock. But again, our overall score will surely be deducting this part. So after security section, now let's move to storage. The good thing is that be it internal storage or external storage, both are accessible. So like I'm able to access internal storage. Aside to that, external storage, that is my SD card, it's working absolutely fine. So after storage section, now let's move to sound section. So basically I'm using version, I would say firmware version 060. So sound is okay, or I would say good. It's not that much bad, but not sure. Do we have any sound and like enhancers related, I would say patches or so on for this ROM yet or not? Maybe in the coming 1 or 2 months, we will surely be seeing that for various ROMs. But aside to that, this is working absolutely fine in terms of audio and I would say sound quality. But yes, few users will complain that brother, in my earphone bass is like that and like that, because there will always be a trade-offs. And again, I said you that this is just an initial to second build, so it will be taking some time to be a more mature one. So after sound section, now let's move to the display section. So in display, firstly we'll move to the style and wallpaper. So by default, like there are few, I would say default created scripts, settings and so on. But before that, let me show you, these are the wallpaper section, and lot of wallpapers are available. You can play with it. Afterward, this is the style section and grid section. So in style section, to cut down the time, I have already created a custom setting, I would say style. So I'll be just selecting it and applying it. Now you will see the change in font and so on. So everything is like change according to my needs or whatsoever I've selected, the icons and so on. So if you want to revert back, you can go and you can play with it and so on. So after display, like in wallpaper and style section, now let's move to the lock screen section. So here you will see one option like show lockdown option. So this is not working in this particular ROM. So let me show you. If you will be tapping here, you will see that there is no option available. If you will be turning it off, again this will not making any change. So either I am missing something or either this is not working on this ROM. So again we will be deducting this point from our overall review score. Aside to that, when to show, it is working absolutely fine. So let me show you, always show time and info. So AOD is working absolutely fine. So if I'll be turning it off, so it will be turned off and so on. So it's depend upon you. And aside to that, in advanced second, you will have ambient display again. Again, ambient display is not working absolutely at my side. So not sure why. Again, I'm missing something, or again, this has been broken in this particular ROM. So if someone will be using this or reviewing this ROM after this video, then if you will be able to work on this part, or like if ambient display will be working at your side, then do let us know in the like comment section below. That will surely help for me and even for the other users whosoever will be reviewing this particular ROM afterwards. So after lock screen, tap to like I would say wake up. So let's say, so it will wake up this screen. So this is working absolutely fine. And aside to that, a whole theming section where you have dark theme toggle. So if you will turn it all, then it will turn on the dark theme toggle. Apart to this, I would say accent color. So let me change it to paranoid. Now everything would be changed to paranoid color. Then aside to that, if we will be changing to Sam, so color, like headline font has been changed to that. Let me just change to the default. And then icon shape, so by default it is using vessel. So if I'll be doing teardrop, then you will see that icon shape has been changed to teardrop. So again, a good set of settings available for the themings part. So in display we covered few minor customization and so on, but now it's the vital part related to battery section. So let's move it here. So I'm somewhat, I would say, disappointed with the battery section in terms of battery matrix and so on. So it is mixed response. So I'll be covering each and every part. Firstly, we'll be discussing charging time. So it took nearly about 3 hours and 5 minutes to fully charge phone from 0 to 100%. So as compared to my previous 2 or 3 videos, almost every Android 11 custom ROM was taking nearly about under 3 hours to charge the phone. And there is again one underlying bug with this particular ROM as well. So let's say if I have charged my phone to 100%, and afterward if I'll be restarting my phone, you will see that it will degrade nearly about, or I would say the drainage of 5 to 6%. And I can again try the same at my side during this video. So at this moment it is 97%. I'm just going to restart my phone, and you will see that it will surely be going to drain nearly about 4 to 5% battery. So the phone has been restarted successfully. So this time it has just drained 1%. So each and every day whenever I was charging phone up till 100% and I was restarting my phone, it was draining almost 5 to 6% of battery. So whenever you will be reviewing this particular, using this particular ROM on your phone, you can even try the same. And if you will be getting the same problem, then do let us know in the comment section below, because this will surely be helpful for the others as well. But during the video it hardly drained 1%. So I would say this is the luckiest part, but from my side I am feeling unlucky or somewhat, because I have told you that at my side, because I am reviewing this ROM from last 7 to 8 days, and I was getting this problem for each and every day. So after charging, now let's move to the ideal drainage part. So again, this is a mixed response. So sometime it will hardly drain 1 or 2% over a span of 7 to 8 hours, and sometime you will see 6 to 7% or 8 to 9% of, again for a same part of 7 to 8 hours. So not sure why it has been happening, and it has been happening like as I've told you that I'm reviewing this ROM from last 7 to 8 days. So again this like someday it will hardly 1 or 2%, and again next day it will be 7 to 8%. And each and every day I'm charging my phone up till 90% before going to sleep and trying testing this ideal battery drainage. So again, whenever you will be using this, if you will be facing the same, then do confirm it. If not, then it will surely be helpful for me and for others as well. Now let's focus on a battery consumption with respect to gaming experience. So the good part is that I haven't seen any problem with the gaming sessions, be it for the Call of Duties or Free Fire. So it's really good. So let's wait till that time Call of Duty will be rendered properly. So battery consumption with respect to gaming experience for Call of Duty. So I was using these graphic quality and frame rate, which is both are having high graphic quality and high frame rate. And again, if you are familiar with my videos, I usually analyze this by playing 2 to 3 different types over a gameplay of 1 hour and so on. So for a gameplay of 1 hour, the battery consumption was nearly about 17 to 18%. So I started the game when my phone's battery was on 68%, and as soon as I completed 1 hour of gameplay, it was 50 to 51%. And aside to that, temperature reading, so like before starting the gameplay, it was 28 degree, and as soon as I completed a 1 hour of gameplay, it was 39 degree. So now let me open Free Fire and we'll be discussing the analysis or matrix for the same as well. So Free Fire game has been properly, I would say, started or rendered on our phone screen. So again, the same analysis for a 1 hour of gameplay by playing 2 to 3 different time. So these were the graphic qualities. So this was a good, very like on this particular room, the battery consumption was nearly about 7 to 8%. So I have again tried this 2 to 3 times to see whether the battery matrix are same or not. So I've restarted my phone. So like it's really good that on this room, Free Fire is working absolutely like very nice. So before starting the gameplay, the battery, I would say battery percentage was 77%, and as soon as I completed 1 hour of gameplay, the battery percentage was nearly about 69 to 70%. And aside to that, temperature readings, like before starting the gameplay, it was 26 degree, and as soon as I completed 1 hour of gameplay, it was 36 degree. So as we are almost in winter season in India, so you will not feel so much heat generation and so on, because this will surely warm your hands and so. But if it like, I won't say that this would be with each and every room, but there might be few rooms which will be exhibiting more than 40 degree of temperature even during winter's time, then that's a very bad part. But according to like winter season, 36 37 degree temperature is I would say on a good side. So after battery section, now let's move to the advanced settings, which is known as the Evolver by the Evolution X team itself. So you will see like very less options available here, as I've told you that this is almost a second build after the initial build. So maybe down the road, developer will surely be adding a few more settings and as well. So firstly, we'll move to the status bar. So traffic indicator, it is working absolutely fine. I've already turned it on. Aside to that status bar icon, so let me show you. So let's say if we'll be removing Wi-Fi icon, then it will be removed. If I'll be turning it on again, it will be added. So as with the other options as well. So after status bar icon, show 4G instead of LTE. This is also working fine. VoLTE icon. So if I'll turn it off, then these HD icons will be removed. If I'll be turning it on again, then it will again be shown here. So like one of the icon has been hidden. If I'll turn it on, after a few seconds, it will be showing that as well. So after status bar, now let's move to gestures. So in gesture, firstly AOSP gesture, which we have already discussed in system part as well, like same system navigation. So I'm just doing it faster. So I have to screenshot. So as I've told you earlier that there are very less options available here. And aside to that, double tap on status bar to put to sleep. And again double tap to wake up. So it is also working fine. And again on lock screen, if you are on a lock screen, just double tap and it will be going to sleep your phone and so on. So these are working absolutely fine. And afterward, miscellaneous, although it is showing gaming mode and other system settings, but gaming mode is not available. Again, this needs like maybe in 1 or 2 versions from now, you will surely be seeing few more options in these Evolver section. So USB configuration, for like whenever you will be connecting your phone with the laptop or PC, you can select like file transfer, USB tethering and so on. So after advanced setting, that is Evolver, now let's move to the connected devices. So in connected devices, I usually test two things. One is Bluetooth and another is screencasting. So Bluetooth is absolutely working fine for be it for file transfer or audio via Bluetooth devices, but there is a catch or a bummer with the screencasting, so it is not working. And even I have tested on 2 to 3 different laptops. It will try to connect, but afterward it will don't do anything, and you will see a few icons on your status bar with grayish square, which is for WFD services and so on, which is basically for wireless display and so on. So after connected devices, now let's move to network and internet. So in network and internet, Wi-Fi calling option is available, but at my side it is not showing those icon whenever I'll be calling from a dialer's icon, a dialer's pad or dialer pad or dial pad, whatsoever you say. So not sure, maybe I'm missing something, or again, like I've told you that this ROM is having some missing features. And aside to that, there is no functionality available for the native video call or call recorder on dialer pad or dialer screen. And aside to that, be it for the Wi-Fi connectivity, calls, SMS and mobile internet, it is working absolutely fine. Hardly a minor problem you will be faced in terms of Wi-Fi connectivity, but again it is really negligible. But in terms of calls, SMS and mobile internet, I haven't faced a issue or any issue. So after network and internet, now let's move to the quick settings. So from simple to advanced, or I would say from for in terms of minor to major, all the vital quick settings are available here. The bad part is that again there is nothing provisioned by the developer where we can change the like layout of a quick setting. I'm not sure. Usually this has been actually available in the this particular dedicated section, so this is missing here. But again, from the missing feature in terms of setting the layout for the quick settings, other set like ambient display setting is again not working, which I've already covered in the lock screen. But the good thing is that all other available settings like dark theme toggle, then I would say AOD, screen recorder, all are working absolutely fine. And aside to that, there are other plenty of options or quick settings are available which I'm not using, because I usually use the ones which we can use or I can use on a daily basis. And the missing feature is like usually either those quick setting layout is available in this three dot or either in the I would say dedicated section. So after this, now let's focus on a default app shift. So these are the default apps which will be shipped whenever you will be, I would say, installing this particular ROM. So basically I usually test FM radio, which is working absolutely fine. Aside to that, there is one Papers app, which is again for the wallpaper. So you can try and use it. Aside to that, Recorder, which is a sound recorder, which it is also working absolutely fine. And this is one safety app for where you can fed needed information and so on. Aside to that, firmware version is like recommended by the developer is at least 0.60, so I am using the same. And unfortunately, that particular firmware utility is not compatible with this particular ROM. That's why I'm unable to show you. Otherwise, like in my each and every video, I do show you that I have installed this and that. But you can try this ROM if you will be facing very I would say major issue with the version 0.60, then you can try with 0.61, 0.63, 82, 84, 87, maybe with the Android versions and so on. Now let's focus on a firmware, I would say play protection certification. So the good thing is that device is certified out of the box or by default, so you don't have to root your phone and do those hide magics and so on. After that, now let's move to the status of camera to API. So level 3 support is I would say available again by default by the ROM developer. From the Widevine certifications point of view, at my side it is showing L3 and it has been persisting since the time I have flashed Android 1 beta version on my TWRP. But if it will be L1 at your side, then most probably it will be L1 in this particular ROM as well. And aside to that, I would say stock camera, it is a very basic camera, but again you can click few I would say images, but unfortunately again the Gcam 7.x ported camera which I usually try on each and every ROM at my side, it is not working with this ROM. But again, if you will find some Gcam ported ROM, I would say Gcam 7.x ported camera APK, then please do share us with in the comment section below, and I'll surely try, and I will be posting maybe trying this in my I would say upcoming custom ROM reviews as well. So afterward, now let's move to the benchmark scores. So firstly, I'll be going to open enter to benchmarks. So overall score is 1,47,399, and below ones are the consolidated on the basis of CPU, GPU, memory management, UX, and so on. Aside to that, now let's open Geekbench 5 scores as well. So this is a single core score like 267 and 1167 multi-core score. Aside to that, on the basis of computation using OpenCL score, it is 443. And again, unfortunately, computation using Vulkan API is still not available. And aside to that, main memory management, usually it is working absolutely fine. We can give a try to some of the apps like Call of Duty. So it has just restarted because it's been a while, because even I have restarted my phone and so on during the video creation. So, but luckily Free Fire is working absolutely fine. So I would say 90% out of 100 time, or I would say 90 out of 100 time, you will not be facing any major issue with the RAM and memory management. Again, this is a second build to the initial one, so if there will be some glitches, then have some patience. A developer will surely be tackling these points in the coming ROMs version and so on. So before we jump into the installation part, I want to give my overall review score. As you have seen that there are many missing features with respect to the, because Evolution X has been treated as one of the best custom ROM for our phone, even with for the another phones as well. But I am reviewing it on my Asus Zenfone Max Pro M1. That's why I'm discussing from that point of view. So with respect to that and with the missing feature, my overall review score is 70 out of 100. So if I'll be again giving get some chance to again review this after a month or two, then I'll surely be doing with the, till that time this ROM will surely be mature and so on. Now let's focus on the installation part. So for before we jump into the TWRP mode, let's discuss from where you have to download things and so on. So I've already created a dedicated article on my site. The URL for the same will be provided to you in the description box below so that you can go over afterward. So nothing major has been mentioned. Few links like this is a ROM link. There is no need to flash GF separately. And Magix if you want to do it. A part of this prerequisite or pre-requirement like backup your data, charge your phone's battery at least 50% or more, but I always recommend 80%, and you can see 94% at my side. Firmware version, at least firmware version 060, but you can try anything greater than 060 and so. Aside to that, bootloader should be unlocked, TWRP custom recovery should be installed, and afterward, finally the installation of custom ROM using TWRP ROM, format your data, and before that just take your backup that I've already mentioned above. Wipe cache, Dalvik data system and vendor partition is optional. Then install the, I would say, ROM and reboot your phone. Last but not least, enjoy the beauty of Android 11 with this particular ROM. And below ones are our social handles. Either you can subscribe us or follow us. Now let's move to the TWRP recovery mode, and we'll jump into the installation part. So finally we have been booted to the TWRP recovery mode. So according to blog, firstly we have to move to wipe section, tap on format data. Before doing this, just take backup of your data from the internal storage, otherwise it will not be recoverable. So within next 4 to 5 seconds, formatting data or data formatting will be completed. Afterward, just move back, and this time you have to tap on advanced wipe. Here you have to select 4 different partition like Dalvik, cache, data system, vendor partition is optional. So if you want, you can do it. Swipe to wipe, again go to back. So now we are ready with the installation part. So this time you have to tap on install button, select storage. So you have to select micro SD card, or if you are using OTG pen drive, then you can use that as well. So tap in OK, and now you have to search for the folder where you have kept that particular file. So at my side I'm using this part, like I've downloaded in this. So I'll just going to select that and swipe to confirm flash. So 060 version of firmware version is already installed. That's why the installation process has started. If it will not, then it will show you error. So I will always recommend you to at least be on 060 or more than that. So just wait for next 4 to 5 minutes. Till the time this particular, I would say, custom ROM installation will be completed, and then we'll move to the phone setup process. So finally the ROM installation process has been completed. Now we are having two options, either to reboot system or wipe Dalvik or a cache partition, but I'll always prefer wipe cache and Dalvik partition so that all the junk files which have been accumulated during this particular installation process will be wiped. Now we are good to go with the reboot system. So just wait till that time that particular phone setup process or logo screen will be coming. So finally the phone setup process has been initiated. So according to like sometime mobile career, it will able to know, like here it is mentioning English India. So just tap on start to continue with the phone setup process. So let me select few defaults from my side. So let me enter Wi-Fi credentials and we'll move to further on. So after successfully entering the Wi-Fi credential, now it is checking for a few things in the background and showing you a prompt like getting your phone ready and so on. So just wait till the time we'll move to the next screen. So on this screen, it will ask you, do you want to copy data from the Google Cloud platform or not? So at this point, I'm just going to skip by tapping on don't copy. Now again, it will do some background settings and so on. And this is a vital part. You should be reminded of the PIN, password, whatsoever you have entered in your previous ROM. Otherwise, you have to use the previously associated Google account. So let me just enter my PIN. If it will found it legit, then it will prompt like move to the further on. So here it is asking me to set up the Google account. So I'm just going to skip it to cut down the time. Few things like Google services and so on. So just let's do ASAP. So at this moment, I'm just going to set PIN and I'll skip the fingerprint section because that we have already covered while demonstration part, or I would say review part. So I'm again going to skip these settings. So we are almost on a verge of completing the phone setup process, and in next 5 to 6 seconds we'll be directly jumping into the home screen. So by default, these will be the, or I would say this will be the bare bone structure with the all default tabs which we have already discussed. So let me just go to the settings section again and let me confirm you that we are in the same version, that is Evolution X 5.1 and so on. And this is by default the gestures navigation. So I'm not like earlier I was using 3 button navigation and so on for the videos perspective. So this was all from my side related to the review of Evolution X 5.1 Eleanor. Hope you like this video. If you really like this video, kindly share this with your friends and family. And apart from this, please subscribe to our channel because this will surely motivate us and boost us to create more videos like this in the coming future. Finally, it's the time to sign off now. Bye for now. Thanks.